Hey everyone, today we're making some lime macarons using French meringue. This is definitely one of the easier ways to make macarons, and this flavour combination is just phenomenal. This is Isaac and welcome back to the channel, and let's get baking. We'll start off by making the lime filling first. We'll use a white chocolate ganache as our base, and if you're not using chocolate chips like me, then make sure you cut the chocolate up into little smaller pieces. This will help it melt more evenly and at a lower temperature. When it comes to ganache and chocolate in general, temperature is super important. More on that in a second. Next, pour some double cream in a pan over a medium heat. Make sure you keep an eye on it and don't let it boil. When chocolate gets too hot, it will split and get all lumpy, which is the exact opposite of what we're after. So make sure you remove the pan from the heat when you start to see small bubbles forming on the side just like this. Pour the cream over the chocolate and let it sit for about 30 seconds before mixing. Keep on going until the ganache is nice and smooth. At this point, you can flavour the chocolate with some lime juice and extract. I love this flavour combination because the citrus cuts through the richness of the chocolate so well. This also means the macarons won't feel too heavy, and you can eat as many as you want. So it's really important that you get some really tangy limes. Give it another good mix and cover the top with cling film before setting aside to cool. Onto the macaron shells. Start by mixing the almond flour and icing sugar together in a food processor. Macarons are really delicate, especially using the French meringue, so make sure we mix it well and pass it through a sieve to get rid of any lumps. Once that's done, set it aside and move on to the meringue. Now, macarons are meringue based, and there are many ways to cook a meringue. By far the most popular and common methods are the French and Italian. The Italian way involves using hot sugar syrup to almost pre-cook the egg whites before it goes into the oven. This is generally more reliable and consistent, and in fact, most of the macaron shops outside use this method. Now the downside is that working with hot syrup can be quite intimidating, complex, and sometimes even dangerous, especially at home. I've already done a video using the Italian method, which I'll link in the top right hand corner of this video, but today we'll be using the French method, which is not only easier, but it tastes just as good. So, we'll start by beating the egg whites on a low speed for about a minute. Gradually ramp up the speed and add caster sugar to the mix a spoonful at a time. After 3 or 4 minutes, you should start to get a nice glossy mixture just like this. You know it's done when the meringue can hold a soft peak on the surface without collapsing. Once you're happy with it, just add some colour and give it a quick whirl. Next is the hard bit, so pay attention. Sieve in the almond and sugar mixture 1/3 at a time. After each time, gently fold the meringue to incorporate the dry ingredients. The best way I found is to lift the mixture from the bottom, over the sides and back over itself. Use the spatula to cut down the middle to ensure everything is mixed in and break any large uneven air pockets. Eventually, you should end up with a ribbon or lava-like consistency just like this. It will slide off your spatula, slowly and very gradually level itself off with the rest of the mixture. This is the consistency you'll want if you want those perfect looking macarons. If you've undermixed or overmixed, then the macarons will not rise evenly in the oven. Next, prepare a piping bag with a 1 cm tip. If you don't have one, you can just cut the piping bag, but if you want that perfect circle, it really helps to have one here. Line your baking trays with non-stick parchment and a macaron template. I've used a template with circles with diameters of 1.5 inches, but feel free to go a little bit larger or a little bit smaller. If you're new to piping, remember practice makes perfect. Go slowly and you'll be fine. Once you're done, just tap the baking tray against the countertop a few times. This will release any air pocket in the macaron to give an even bake. And finally, give it 20 minutes to rest before baking. The batter should stick to your hand when you touch it lightly. The waiting helps the surface to dry out and form some sort of skin. This traps the air and forces the bubble to escape through the bottom as it bakes. And this is also the secret to those iconic macaron feet. Throw them in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius or 300 Fahrenheit for 17 minutes. If you didn't under or over mix, your macaron should rise in the oven with those little feet just like these. Beautiful. Okay, we're nearly done. The shells takes a little while to cool, so use this time to transfer the filling into a piping bag just like before. Once completely cooled, they should lift off the mat just like this. Pipe a big dollop of filling on one side and sandwich them together to complete your macarons. But wait, we're not done yet. The macaron shells are really hard and crispy right now. Try one and you'll see what I mean. They need time to absorb moisture and soften and develop flavour. This is what the pros call maturing. This typically takes a little while, but we can supercharge this by putting the macarons with a slice of lime in an airtight container inside the refrigerator. Be patient, and in 24 hours the macarons will be ready to eat. So how do they look? And as I said, I've also done the version using the Italian meringue method. That's on my channel if you want to check it out. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.